If she was a real boss, she would have came in around 12 o'clock, found somebody to replace me like a real boss does, like noontime, came in and told me to get out. That's what, you feel me? I sent that text message to my boss. What's gonna happen here? Like, is somebody coming to cover the shift because I have no intentions on staying here? Talking about somebody was born back then, okay? So today I'm gonna try something different. I'm really gonna attempt to do this today, and hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Welcome back, guys, to another video. If you're new to my channel, guys, and you've just popped on here for whatever reason because the algorithm just threw you here, if they even throw you here, and even if you are subscribed, did you even get a notification? Because I noticed they really not doing that either, so yeah, whatever. But if you're here, thank you for stopping by. So today I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do a little story time video for you guys today. I am pre-powdering my face. I already did my primer with e.l.f. and I'm powdering with Laura Mercier just because I get real greasy, so I need to kind of tone it down a little bit. Today we're gonna do a story time, and this is my first story time, guys. Hopefully it comes out the way it needs to. I do like to jaw jack a little bit too much, so hopefully I don't get carried away, and this goes into like an hour-long story time, guys. So hopefully I can get it, you know, just right for you guys in one. Today's story time is a lesson and also a blessing at the same time, and it has to do with kind of how I got here. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, if you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and also make sure you guys like this video, guys. One thing I want to point out about the story time, as I'm kind of like remembering the story time, I'm recognizing how time is flying. I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but like the time is just going, guys. Like time is really just like flowing. Like I have no idea how we're at 2024, I say like that, 2024. I have no idea how we made it to 2024 already, and we're like 3 or 4 months away from 2025, which is crazy. So this story time took place in 2016. Now in 2016, I had like this, no, not 2016, like this story time took place in 2017, I would say. Yeah, it was 2017 when this happened. Now, in 2017, you guys know I've been an LPN, well, LPN, I'm an RN now, but I've been a nurse for over 11 years. This year makes it 11 years since I've been a nurse. Now, back then I had a really good job, guys. I worked as an LPN. I had about like 3 or 4 jobs. Like I was always that type of person that had like a couple of jobs or whatever. I had one main job that was an excellent job. Now, I found this job on Craigslist. I know Craigslist is kind of a weird place to go, but every single time I've ever needed a job and I've looked for something really quickly, I've always found the best jobs on Craigslist. So there was this patient who had like Lewy bodies dementia. He had diabetes type 1, and he also had like, you know, if you guys know what Lewy bodies dementia is, it has Parkinson's kind of characteristics, so like the shuffling gait, all that kind of stuff that's really a safety issue. And this guy, technically he really needed to be in a home, but he was a millionaire and he had the funds, so he was like, I'll just pay out of pocket to have nurses come to the house and take care of me. Hello, y'all paying cash? And at this point, when I first went in for the interview, because she just posted and I just immediately went for the job post and I emailed her. She had no idea how much to pay us back then as an LPN. And I believe around that time, we were actually getting paid pretty much on the higher spectrum. And you got to think about it. This was 2017. So she was paying us $30 an hour, which back then, again, listen to what I'm saying, 2017, $30 an hour at 2017 is quite a bit of money. So, and again, it was cash. So, child. Now with this guy, the job was very stressful job, so she technically should have paid us a little bit more money, because this man, Lewy bodies dementia also has like features of like hallucinations, like they're very aggressive, very angry, and very combative as well too. It's just part of the diagnosis. So imagine you have to deal with a man who already has like shuffling gait from the Parkinson's effects, and on top of that, he real aggressive and real sporadic. Child, he was a really big safety hazard, and the house that he lived in was dangerous fuck. But I built a relationship with the guy. Me and him were really cool, whatever. I liked him. The shifts at this job were 14 hours, which was good for me because, again, $30 an hour cash, and his shifts are 14-hour shifts, guys. So I was doing 14-hour shifts, and I did it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if somebody didn't want to work Monday, I would do 4 14-hour shifts in a row and get cashed. After the shift, the night of the shift, the wife would pay me out a nice check, a cash check. Talking about somebody was balling back then, okay? Talking about somebody, and mind you, that wasn't my only job. I had that job, so I always had that. Every week I worked Friday to Sunday, guaranteed, or I would pick up an extra day, so I did 3 days a week. I get paid every single week, cash. And that was like my base job. I also was picking up shifts at like other places like here and there, just doing stuff. I worked for a hospice house too. So I was really getting it. Like if you're from Connecticut, you kind of know the hustle in Connecticut. Connecticut is full of the more wealthier people. And if you're from Fairfield County, I'm from Fairfield County, you kind of know. I've worked in a lot of places in Fairfield County. If anybody's watching this video and we've worked together, you know me. Like I've worked at a lot of like facilities, and it's never been like a fire thing. I've not gotten fired from anyone. So I just kind of went about my business, and we parted ways. I left because I'm always per diem, so I had my option to whether I want to stay or go. So it didn't really matter, right? So in Connecticut, if you know Connecticut, you can find great private duty jobs, and people don't want to go to the hospital. They don't want to be in a nursing home. They want to be in the comfort of their mansion, and they want to be taken care of, honey. So, but this guy didn't have a mansion. He had a pretty dangerous condo, and whatever. Despite that, it was a pretty decent job. The pay was good. Now, one night there was a snowstorm. In the snowstorm, I went to work that day. The snowstorm was just starting, so I worked a 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. shift. The reason why the nurse had to work that shift is because he's a type 1 diabetic and needed checks 4 times a day, and he also needed insulin, so he needs a nurse. So the nurse would work the 14 hours, and then the CNA would come at night and stay with him at nighttime because he didn't need any insulin unless there was like signs and symptoms of it. The aide would call and somebody would have to go in and just check him and do the blood sugar for him. But that was rarely happening. He was really well controlled. So one day there was a snowstorm. I'm watching the snow pile up, and I'm thinking like, I know somebody better show up tonight, because listen up. I've already worked a 14-hour shift. I don't plan on staying here, and it's technically illegal to do that anyways. To have somebody work 24 hours, that's illegal. You can't do that. So I'm my boss or whatever, which I really, she is. I can't even say anything really bad about her. Like, it is what it is. And you guys will understand why it is what it is. And that's why I don't have any ill like feelings about her. Like, she did what she had to do. It is what it is. So my boss the entire time was kind of like freaking me out, because I'm thinking like, okay, like, what's gonna happen here? Like, is somebody coming to cover the shift? Because I have no intentions on staying here. Like, I had zero intentions on staying there. Like, I was not, that was just not gonna happen. Like, I'm not about to work 24 hours, even though I thought about it like, damn, 24 hours of pay, and she's not gonna cut my pay in half. She's gonna give me the 30 hours times 24. That's all. Yeah. She was about to give me the whole $24, $30 an hour times 24, because I wasn't accepting if it wasn't gonna be like that. I'm sorry. So I think she already knew that I was gonna expect that. So she was trying so hard to find someone, making sure that the aide that was supposed to come actually came. Child, I'm in there texting, making sure I'm texting one of my friends that I got a job there. We went to nursing school together, and I guess my boss needed like extra nurses, so I hooked my girl up with a job there. So I'm texting her because I'm sitting there like, getting worried, like, yo, it's approaching like 9 o'clock, like it's around like 7 at this point, and I don't really see any action on, anything being said to me. It's starting to feel like I'm gonna get stuck. And I'm like, So I'm texting my friend. I'm like to her, yo, like, I'm starting to get worried because like she's not really saying anything or whatever. And I'm texting this to her. So and I didn't say anything crazy in the text message. I was just like, oh, like this is like actually technically illegal. Like, you can't have somebody working 24 hours with no coverage. Like, this type of stuff should have been taken care of ahead of time. She should have had backup. Like, and again, there's nothing that I'm saying in this text message, guys, that is offensive or out of pocket. Like, I'm literally speaking straight facts, okay? I didn't insult anybody. I'm just speaking straight facts. Tell me why I sent that text message to my boss. So my lashes are kind of sparse, so I went ahead and put like some lashes on top. I'm about to actually go and get my lashes removed and get a new set. So in the meanwhile, while they're starting to slip out, I just put like some light lashes on top of them just to kind of film me through so you guys can kind of see. It looks different already. Face is pretty basic, guys. I really don't like do that much anymore. Like I just keep it really, really basic. Like I'm a basic girl now when it comes to that. I use powder foundation and I use the Born This Way multi-scopes concealer. You could use this as foundation. I use that as a base, and then I use my Fenty powder, like I said, in the color 450. This is their soft matte powder foundation, and that's it. Using liquid foundation sometimes just be too much, so I just do like concealer, a little powder foundation, and then that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and with some concealer. So again, like I was saying to you guys, I went ahead and sent that text message to her, to my boss, instead of sending it to my friend. Now, my first reaction was to delete it, right? So I quickly deleted it, like, but this is before, like now the iPhones are completely different. If you delete something, it's deleted, like they won't see it on the other end. But back then, it wouldn't work that way. So she saw it, right? And then she said, okay, thank you. She was like, okay, I got it. She was like, okay, I got it. Or something like that. That was her response, right? So I didn't have any sinking feeling. I had zero sinking feeling, guys. I literally was just kind of like, okay. I already knew it was, like, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but I was impressed. And I don't even know why I was impressed. I just was not pressed. Like, I don't know if it was God on me or my shoulder, just like, girl, whatever. Like, I'm telling y'all, this was the most unpressed that I've ever been in my life in a situation like this where I can lose this job. I really did not care. And I just was like, okay. Like, the first reaction was to delete it, obviously, right? But then once I deleted, she responded back. I'm like, okay, like, what you want me to do? And for some reason, I already saw the way the next day's events were gonna go, so I already knew what was gonna happen. Like, I literally already knew what was gonna happen the next day. Like, I already knew. I'm gonna go ahead and with the One Size setting powder and Sweet Honey, and I mix that together with the Laura Mercier. Patrick Starr's collection, makeup collection is bomb.com. The setting spray, I use a setting spray, and I also use the setting powder, y'all, like a freaking mate look like and it's a concealer. The Born This Way concealer too is pretty legit too, so they together in combination with the Born This Way and the setting powder and the spray, it's giving matte face, honey. Like, and I'm super oily, so I like to start off with a super matte face during the day, and then after it'll go like a little dewy but not too dewy. I don't like it too dewy, you feel me? So I am gonna go ahead and stack up on powder because that's just what Dom does, and then obviously everything would kind of get like fanned out and stuff, but I like to set the powder in first and then kind of move on to the blush and stuff and then kind of blend everything together. So like I said, immediately I already knew what was gonna happen. Like, I already knew that the next day I was getting fired. Like, I just had it. I just knew it. And let me tell you something. My boss, like, she's for me on some level. I'm not coming at her because, like I said, she was cool. Like, she can't really say anything bad about me either, which is, I know that she can't say anything bad about me. So that's why us parting ways was just parting ways, like no big deal, right? So with my boss, I kind of felt like, you know, she was gonna do something, you know, a little bit more catty, because I felt like she probably took what I said and, you know, more in like an insulting way, or like kind of like a threatening way by saying like, oh, this is illegal, like she can get in trouble for this. So again, they needed me, so I already knew that like I was gonna be at that job and work the whole entire shift, and most likely she's gonna show up. So of course around 8:30, I'm sitting there and I hear a knock at the door. So I hear the wife scurrying down. Me and the wife, we wasn't cool like that anyways, but she definitely had some type of issues, and she did a lot of projecting on the staff, which was weird. Like, she was jealous of the staff. Like, I got a new car one time and she came in and she was on the phone. I heard her downstairs talking. She was like, oh, this is not fair. We're paying all these people money and they're getting new cars and I'm still driving this old car. Like, y'all, I went through some stuff at that job, like the craziest stuff ever, just drama. And I'm just sitting there like, if y'all want a story time about that crazy lady, let me not say that. God won't, you know, let me not say that. But if y'all want story times about that, I can, guys, I've been through some stuff with that lady. So like I was saying, my boss shows up. So she shows up at the house and she goes to the kitchen. So I'm sitting at the table because at this point, I usually wait at the dining room table because I wait for the CNA to come in. We exchange and then we go. So I usually wait at the table till the next person comes to relieve me. The man is sitting on the recliner, so we're in the, I can see him, so nothing's dangerous happens, right? He's in my peripheral. So she comes in, she says hi, greets me, and like I already said, I already knew she was gonna do that, so like, whatever, bro. Like, you wanna come in here and try to show me something, bro, I don't care. You just paid me for the day, and I'm gonna just go about my business after this. So she shows up at the job, and then she has the wife. Like I said, the wife didn't really like me, so the wife, this was a shining moment for the wife. The wife was excessively dramatic. She brought so much drama and chaos to the entire thing. And at one point, my boss was basically trying to say, oh, well, you have two patients because she needs your support. She needs you too. And I'm like, you're not paying me to take care of two people. So why are you trying to put her stuff on top of me? Like, you want me to be her therapist and all this stuff when all she does is start drama. Like, it was just like a lot of stuff, right? So this was a standing, rising moment for the wife, right? So she was so happy. So I guess they're in the kitchen, right? Writing up getting the check ready to give me my pay, because I guess she was letting me, telling me that it was time for me to go because it was around the time, right? If she was a real boss, she would have came in around 12 o'clock, found somebody to replace me like a real boss does, like noontime, came in and told me to get out. That's what, you feel me? But again, you needed me, so whatever. So she comes there in the kitchen, ruffling through, and then I hear the wife, because the wife is she doesn't know how to read the room. So I hear her saying, oh, you want me to give this to her just like that? And then I'm like, okay, like whatever's going on. So the wife comes in, she hands me the check, and then my boss comes out behind her and goes, yeah, we won't be needing you anymore. So I take the check. I kind of go over to the husband, who is my patient, who is my boy. I used to say that was my boy. So I kind of go over to him. I shake his hand and I say, it was my pleasure working with you, and I won't be seeing you after today. So I went ahead, grabbed my stuff, and I didn't say goodbye to anyone. I didn't say thank you for anything. I didn't need to. I said bye to him. I grabbed my stuff, walked in. I got to my car, right? And initially, I feel like the first thing you would do when you get into your car, right, after you like get fired from your job, is the first thing you would do is like start crying. I'm telling you, I did not even cry. Like, I don't know maybe I was just evolving at that. I don't know what it was, but I just did not cry. Like, it just did not faze me. Like, I just sat there and I was like, okay, well, like, okay, like, like, what do you want me to do? So at that point, I'm just kind of like, okay. Like, I drive home, I relay the news that I got fired. I tell my sisters, oh my God, how could that happen? Like, that was a good job. Like, damn, like she, And in my head, I'm kind of like, all right, like, it's not like I don't have a backup job. Like, the places I was working at, I was per diem, but they loved me. Like, I was a good nurse. I was not problematic. I literally took my car, left that nurse's station. You'll never catch me in there keying and talking about people drama. I'm just not that girl. Like, that's just not me. I've never been that girl. I genuinely have conversations with patients. That's just me. And that's where I take my time, spend my time. I don't spend my time in the nurse's station keying, talking about this, it's just unnecessary. So I stay and go to the rooms. If I have some extra time, I go back and check on people and have conversations with them and hang around that vicinity. That's the type of nurse I am. I'm like really involved with the patients thus far. If I have free time and I can sit in the nurse's station and do notes, I will. But I really focus most of my time on the floor, because you stay away from drama, you focus, you can learn things. That's me, right? So I had jobs, I had backups, so I contacted the next day, I contacted a few of my jobs and was like, what you got for me for the week? I got days. I was getting, every week I had maybe like 3, 4, 5 days at a job, so I was able to have like a full-time schedule without being full-time, so it worked out, right? So at that point, I'm like, damn, that was some good money or whatever, and I was still doing YouTube at that time, but I was like sporadically posting up videos, right? So 2 weeks later, right? I kid you guys not, 2 weeks later, I get this random email on YouTube, like this random email from like Google AdSense or whatever, right? And then there was like this $600 balance. And I'm like, $600? Mind you, it was a video I posted up years ago. I don't know, the videos, I'm pretty sure the video's still on here. Obviously still on, I don't delete any of my videos. It was a video I posted up years ago. It was like some hair video. Like this is when I was just doing, I wasn't sponsored, I was buying my weaves, like and stuff like that. I was creating my own wigs. So in the video, I was creating like a wig or whatever, dyeing it and stuff like that. And people liked it, because at that point no one was really doing stuff like that. There was a lot of other, like the OGs that have been here that were doing hair videos and wig videos and sew-ins, quick weaves. I was doing quick weaves at that point too, but it wasn't a big it wasn't a big item back then, so I kind of like snuck myself in there as well. So I got this random check and I'm like, okay, I didn't really put that much effort, so what if I actually put effort? Like, what can happen? I kid you guys not, I said, okay, I'm gonna take the $600 and turn it up. When I kid you guys not, it happened. I'm not gonna say it happened that fast, but back then the algorithm was completely different from what it is now. If you're throwing something into the algorithm that's completely new and people are actually typing in and searching it, and you pop up as one of the few that are doing it, it just goes up from there. So at that point, I said to myself, well, it's looking like I could do this. Like, all right, y'all. So for my lips, I went in with the NYX lip pencil in the color Mahogany. This is the perfect mauve color for a woman of color. Like, if you're looking for a pencil, it gives like a nice like mauve look. I need to sharpen mine, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it down to the gray, honey, but because I cannot see where it's at. So I went ahead and used this with like a little bit of like a brown, outline on it to give me like a little bit of a pop. Now, like I said to you guys, this entire experience was a blessing. I'm telling y'all, had I not gone and checked that email and checked that Google AdSense, I would not even have realized that there was potential in this at all. So I was super blessed. And again, I feel like the whole reason why I didn't panic in the car, that time is because I felt like God was telling me that this wasn't it. Like, this wasn't going to be your all in. Something else is out there for you. So honestly, I literally took that sign and I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn this into what I needed to turn it. And guess what? This is why I'm here right now. So when you guys feel like, I don't know, it's not even when you feel, I know I talk constantly about how, you know, the algorithm is changing and how, like, I don't know what, you know, it's not like I don't know what to do. I feel like I have to pivot. And I feel like when the time comes, I'll know when it's going to come, because I've already had that experience before of just knowing. If I don't react or it doesn't bother me, which I feel like I'm starting to get to the point of like it not being bothered to me anymore. Like, you know, not saying that I don't care, but it's just, okay, like I'm content. Like, I feel like I've had that content experience before of just letting things go and just letting like God do what he does. Because when I'm telling you guys, in this scenario, I literally let him do it and he did it for me. I just let go. All right, y'all. So this is kind of like what I came up with. I think it's cute. So this is kind of like what I would do as sort of like a everyday type of beat. Now this beat, I did go ahead and put like a little smoke underneath, which I would not do on a regular day basis, but just to jazz up the look today I did. But this is kind of like my go-to type of, you know, basic baddie type of look. This is kind of like what I like. I like the lips lines, a little bit of pink, nude, a lot of gloss. You guys know I'm kind of like, you know, my lips are a pretty nice size for what it is naturally. So it just looks really cute and nice. The wig, I don't know where the wig is from, guys. It's an old wig that I had that I was kind of, you know, playing around with, and then I kind of just jazzed it up and it just gave what it gave. See like a little swiggles in the baby hair just to give it like a little bit of character, whatever. But this is the look. I do have some filming to do, whatever, but you guys will see that in another video. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's story time. It was my first time doing it. Gave you guys a little something. If you want to hear more story times, I got like a lot of things. If you want to hear nursing story times, got a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of dumb drama, and that's exactly why I don't make friends in the workplace, because it just gets messy, guys. So let me know what you guys think about today's video. If you guys want more story times, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Also, like I said, if you're new to my channel, thank you for subscribing, even though you probably didn't subscribe yet, but make sure you subscribe before you leave. Make sure you guys hit that bell for the notifications, because YouTube ain't really hitting it like that, and I want to make sure you guys are keeping up with the content that I'm providing, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you guys in a later one. Bye.